So we're talking about business and your road to business. Joining us now is Mr. Heshan Edirisinghe. He's the CEO of Vitro Communication. That's Business Growth Strategist. A very good evening to you, Mr. Heshan.
Good evening.
So today we want to talk about how to market your business online. As things change, people need to adapt as well to lifestyle. So your segment is to give people business tips so that they can progress and to sustain in their relevant industry. Today we want to talk a little bit about online marketing.
That's right. Online marketing is, in Sri Lanka mostly, it's not utilized to its optimal level. Meaning they spend so much money and effort on a website, but it becomes something like a static brochure, if you may. Meaning once they develop it, there's no proper strategy, process to market it. There's no way that they use the website in their marketing processes in the long run. So you develop it, you just have it, and there should be more processes involved so you can reap the best out of your online presence, because the market is huge.
Right, so there are two ways. A prospect will know about you and your company. What are the two ways?
That's right. Either the prospect becomes proactive and looks for a service, or you know where a prospect is and you go after the prospect, where the supplier becomes proactive. Now, in an instance where a prospect is, let's say, looking for a hotel at Tambulla, when they're proactive, what happens is they're going to go on Google, they're going to search hotels in Tambulla, and they're going to be going after what they want. But let's say a prospect just logs on to Facebook, and we want to access a market, a male market between 40 to 55 who are doctors. Then we should make ourselves available for that market, and hoping the prospects sees us and makes action. That's where we, the supplier, becomes proactive.
Right. So talking about online, today it's the most cost-efficient way to reach out to a wide audience, faster and in terms of price sensitivity. How do you test your audiences online?
It depends on the platform. Let me take the most commonly known platform, which is Facebook. Facebook has in Sri Lanka more than 3 million users. It knows what designations, what demographics, what areas they live in. Right? So if you're going to test a market, within a couple of seconds you can just check on the settings and basically know how many, for example, how many CEOs, directors, chairmen are there right now living in Colombo. Right? Just within a couple of seconds you can get to know that. And you can basically test a product to that market to see basically whether they're clicking on your advertisement, whether they're opting in, meaning whether they register with your, once they see that they click it, they go to a landing page, they opt in and basically use your product or service. So it's a very cost-effective strategy. Just imagine doing that offline. It's going to take quite a long time, isn't it?
Right. So another thing we're talking about online is growing every second, it's growing every day. More businesses are joining online, pumping in more resources, pumping in more money into promoting their services and products online.
Yeah.
If you don't join it, you repeat it.
Exactly. Because there's the market is so huge, the competitors are coming up every single day. I mean, just log into social media on Facebook, see how many advertisements you're seeing right now. But if you have a strategy, that's where you just, rather than being tactical and having a very laid-back approach, if you know, okay, you click that link, you're going to take that person to a landing page, you're going to give some preposition, they're going to act on that preposition. If they don't act, you track them and you give another option later. That is having a strategy. If you have that in place, you will survive even in a competitive market.
Right. So when you're talking about online, critical things business owners miss out on when they are sort of launching a website. Managing a business online could be two things. One is pumping a lot of money into it. Another angle is to maintain a good website. What are some of the crucial and critical things that owners miss out when they try to hold on to a website?
One main thing is they think only about the aesthetics. Actually, aesthetic doesn't play a big part. What you should focus, the most prominent thing, is what are you having in place to capture the person's details. One tip I can give now itself is, let's say you're having a business in terms of an hair salon. in that case, there's always, when they log into the website, you can give some tips for free in return of their name and email address. So it's very, very important that you have a process involved to capture the person's email address, and after that, what you should do is you have to provide them sequentially, progressively value through emails and making them come and purchase from you one day.
Right, so somebody's saying that the most strategic way to go about this whole purchases is to make a combination of online and offline solutions to provide your prospects or customer this rich experience in terms of the products and services. What's your comment?
That's very true. The more, look, if you have more ways to market your property, more channels, the prospect is definitely going to take more notice, right? Offline, you can have a direct mail coming in. A couple of days, you can have an email coming in. So it's very good if you have more channels shooting in that same proposition to grab more attention.
Right. So we're talking about pumping money and resources into market your business online. Online is not only about pumping money into advertisements, Facebook or websites. We also want to talk about the role emails play here as a marketing tool and how you can use it to your advantage.
Email is used by everyone who has a computer. So it's basically the gateway for providing messages. If you can provide value through email, and if there's a process of providing your proposition in different angles, gain, logic, or fear angles, and if you can have progress through a number of days, a number of weeks, you can definitely convince, you can nurture a prospect into becoming cold prospect, moderately warm, and a warm prospect. And once they're warm, you can actually start selling them. Email is a trust-building vehicle.
Right. With that comment, we'd like to wrap up this segment on Business Today. Thank you very much for being with us, Mr. Heshan Edirisinghe, CEO of Virtual Communication Business Growth Strategist. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me.